Okay, so what we will do now, we will just see the code for this. Now, what we will do, we have to construct an expression tree, right? We have to construct an expression. So first of all, we have to create a node. Already we are creating a node. Now here what, whenever the first node will be created, right? When the first node is created, the left of that should be none and right of that should be none. Now here if you see, I am passing multiple arguments here. In my previous cases, what I am doing, what I was trying to do, I was trying to only pass the value and the left and right were initially met as none, right? But here, what is our requirement? Our requirement is that whenever we create a node, this B should be this B should be left node and this C should be right node. That means whenever a node is created, we have to pass them which is the left one and which is the right one, right? While creating the node, so that no additional things to be done. So when an intermediate node is created, along with the data, what you have to pass? You have to pass which will be the left node for this intermediate node and which will be the right node for this intermediate node. Okay. So we must pass left and right. Now here you are seeing that left is none and right is none. Right? These are called the default argument feature of object-oriented programming language. These features are not available in procedure-oriented programming language. These are available in object-oriented programming language. I will show you. Suppose I am writing a fact function and I am saying that int n is equal to 5, right? By default, I am writing the value is 5. So here I am defining the function. And whenever you are calling, then you can call the function only fact, means you are not passing any argument. So if the argument is not passed, whatever default value is written here, that will be assumed and you will be returned with factorial of 5. But if you are saying fact of 3, then instead of this 3 will be passed here, instead of 5, 3 will be assigned to the fact. So this is what we mean by default arguments, right? This feature is called as default argument. That if you are not passing the arguments, the default value should be considered like this. So in this case, when I am writing fact, or if I am calculating interest, say for example, interest, then I will say float ROI, rate of interest is equal to say 7.25 by default. So unless until you will mention, you will invoke the function like this, calculate interest, right? So by default, the rate of interest will be 7.25. But if you want to change, then you can change here by passing some different value. You can pass 6.25 or 6.5 or 7. If you are not agree with 7.25, you can pass your own argument. But if you are not passing argument, the default value will be considered by default by the compiler. Okay, so this feature is available in object-oriented programming language, right? This is not available in procedure-oriented programming language. That means in C++, Python, Java, these features are available, but in C language, which is procedure-oriented language, this feature is not available. So we can make use of this feature, and if nothing is passed,
Also, sorry to
yes,
interrupt, but
yeah,
two students are trying to join.
at 9:55, if they are trying to join, what they will understand now, right? Okay, I will wait for the message to come to me. It takes some time. Interesting. This- My
Yes, sir, they have joined.
auto feature is enabled already actually. They may take some time.
Sir, actually, they are in now.
In na? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So where I was, yes. If you are creating a root node, then your left and right will be none, right? If you are creating a root node, then your left and right are none. Okay. If you are creating leaf node, again root left and right will be none. So while creating root node, you don't have to pass left and right. By default, they will be assumed as none, right? By default, they will be assumed as none. So you should not pass, right? Whenever you are creating first node, root node, right? Because at that time, definitely they will have none as left and right. And when you are creating leaf nodes, again at the type of leaf node, the left and right will be none. So only in case when you are creating intermediate node, or if you are going from bottom up, then in that case you will be creating a root node, right? When you go from bottom to up, in that case you will creating root node later. But when we are going from top to bottom, first we create root node. So in that case we don't have to pass any argument. But when we are going from bottom to up, then definitely in that case we have to create a root node at the last. And when we create root node at the last, we have to assign left and we have to assign right. So in that case, we will pass what is left and what is right. Okay. So whatever you are passing, that will be assigned to the left and that will be assigned to the right. If nothing is passed, none will assign to left and none will assign to right. Okay. So this is the major change in the class node which we have written earlier and now. We can do this by operator or function overloading also we can do this. But instead of writing different functions, we are writing only a single function and that is constructor here. So we are using default argument feature in the constructor. Those who are new or not able to understand, you can just go on to the internet and write default arguments for function in Python and you will come to know about this feature in more detail with additional examples. Right now, we need to check whether the character read by you in the postfix expression is operand or operator, right? So we are considering here 5 operators, right? Plus, minus, star, slash, or raised to the power. I am not considering in my expression raised to the power, but if you want, you can have an exponential function, means x raised to y. So I will be calling the function is operator and I will pass the character and I will check whether the character is equal to plus or character is equal to minus or character is equal to star or character is equal to slash or character is equal to uh, power function, right? So if any one of the condition is true, since we are using OR operator here, it will return true. So if this C is either plus minus star slash a caret, it will return true. So that is the only purpose of this function, to check whether the character read from the postfix expression is an operand or operator. If it is not operator, we are assuming it is operand, right? Then how to create the tree? Okay, definitely we have to pass an postfix expression, right? That we have to keep in mind always. We have to pass an postfix expression to this function. Okay, just like this, where I have written ABC plus star. And this is the postfix expression. ABC plus star. This is an postfix expression. So this kind of postfix expression you have to pass to the function. Okay, so that I am assuming here. Right now, since we have to make use of stack for this purpose, we are using deck as a feature. See here, I have used this deck as a feature, right? So if you want to know more about this class deck, which is pronunciation as deck, DEQQE, which is pronunciation as deck, and जैसे DECK होता है ना, वही प्रोनाउंसिएशन इसका भी है. एक्चुअली हम अगर अगर चाहे तो DQ बोल सकते हैं इसको, अगर बोलना है तो आपको, but इसका pronunciation deck होता है. So we are importing that class from the Python, right? And then we are creating an object for that, right? Here we have created an object stack, S for stack suppose. So I am creating an empty stack here, okay? Right? Now I want to traverse through postfix expression. I have to read all the operands A, B, C plus star operands and operators. So मैं A पढ़ूंगा, B पढ़ूंगा, C पढ़ूंगा, plus पढ़ूंगा, star पढ़ूंगा. So this is fixed number of characters are there in the postfix. So I'm using for loop for that. For C in postfix. Normally in C++ or C language you are having for say I is equal to 0, I less than equal to, suppose I less than equal to len and I plus plus. This for loop we are using there, and we are using I as a suffix, and we can say p of I, if p of I. This kind of programming language we use in C or C++. But in Python, you are having a more simple for loop. So that we are using. For C in postfix means what? It will scan each and every character from this postfix expression, right? So whenever we will read the first character, we will check whether it is operator or not. If by calling the function is operator. Okay. So if operator is there, then what we have to do? We have to pop, right? If we scan the operator, definitely what we have to do? We have to pop two operands. So that we are popping, x and y we are popping. Okay. And then we are creating a new node, right? Parent node, we are creating a new node, and what we are doing, we are passing the operator. This is data, this is the left node, and this is the right node. So we are creating an intermediate node here by passing the data, that is operator will be here, plus or star slash obio, and this is the left node and this is the right node. Okay. And then that data is appended. जैसा मैंने बताया नहीं था आपको, यहाँ पर सबसे पहले क्या होगा, इस ऑपरेंड फेल होगा पहले तो, है ना, पहले इस ऑपरेटर विल बी फेल क्योंकि ए और बी पढ़ेगा, तो एल्स में आएगा. तो एल्स में क्या होगा, नोड क्रिएट होगा बाय पासिंग ओनली सी. सी वी आर नॉट पासिंग लेफ्ट और राइट हियर, वी आर पासिंग ओनली सी. एक मिनिट अकरा वाजता येणार आहे.
ट्रॅफिकमध्ये फसलो होतो.
हा नाही नाही आता बोलतोय तुम्हाला, फक्त मेसेज आला. So first time when you will read A, suppose our expression is A B C plus star, है ना, अपना expression क्या है, A B C plus and star. Okay, तो first we will read A, तो is operator जो है वो fail हो जाएगा, else में आएंगे. तो node will be created with data A, है ना. Again B will be read, again is operator will fail and B will be append, will push onto the stack by creating the node. So node C, matlab C is the variable in which B is passed. So two nodes are created here. Two nodes are created, A and B. Okay, and they are saved in stack. S dot append. These are the functions of deck. ये functions किसके, deck के, append and pop. These functions are of deck which behaves like stack, है ना. Append जिस तरफ से, जैसे जहाँ से append होगा वहीं से pop होगा. So it behaves like stack. Okay, so first two characters A and B, you will going into the else part. So two are pop. Then when it will be plus, this is operator will condition will be get satisfying and will come here. So you are now popping the two nodes which you have pushed. आपने क्या push किया था, A और B push किया था, right? तो A और B push किया था, तो हमने क्या लिखा है यहाँ पर, x इज इक्वल टू, तो पहला x इज इक्वल टू क्या हो गया, b हो गया, और y इज इक्वल टू क्या हो गया, a हो गया. जबकि a क्या है आपका, लेफ्ट है, राइट, a इज लेफ्ट. तो लेफ्ट किस में गया, y में गया, और राइट किस में गया, x में गया. इसलिए y हमने यहाँ पे पहले लिखा जो लेफ्ट था, और x हमने बाद में लिखा जो राइट था, और ये इंटरमीडिएट नोड क्रिएट हो गया और उसको हमने अपेंड कर दिया. सो इन दिस वे द characters of postfix expression will be read, and a tree will be created with the help of stack. Every time the operand is read, the operands are pushed onto the stack. When operator is read, the operands are popped, the nodes are popped, and the intermediate node is created, and to that intermediate node one operand will be treated as left part, other operand will be treated as right part, right? So with the help of this code, you can create an or construct an expression. Any problem in this?
So I have a doubt, like
Yes.
how we get a tree? Because we are using a double-ended queue
No,
as
no,
a
this
stack.
is not double-ended queue. Even though it is double-ended queue, the
Yes, sir.
pop, if you go through append and pop, I will tell you. Okay, just I will go here. I will write here. Text in Python, right? I think you are able to see the screen, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Show you the two functions which I am using: append and pop. I am not using left and all those things. So append, it's append the node from the right hand side, and pop
Uh, yes,
pop
sir.
the element from right hand side only.
So actually, I got like how you're implementing a double-ended queue as a stack. But
Ah,
I didn't get like how we'll get a tree
see,
because
I'm
we
telling
are
this.
actually
This is the
appending.
append function. It is used to insert the value to the right end, and the pop function is used to delete an argument from the right end only, है ना? तो
Yes,
दोनों
sir.
राइट हैंड है, मतलब जिस ओर से डालोगे उसी ओर से निकाल रहे हैं आप। डबल एंडेड क्यू का मतलब क्या है, अगर अपेंड लेफ्ट और पॉप लेफ्ट अगर यूज कर रहे हैं आप, इन दैट केस then you can say double ended queue, but I am using only append function and I am using only pop function. So if you are using append and pop, then it behaves like stack. But if you are using append and pop left or append left and pop, then it behaves as a double ended queue, right?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
So it depends on which functions you are using. I am already said that you can implement the same thing in different ways, right? You can use the same thing in different ways. ठीक है, आप वैसा भी
Yes,
जैसा
sir.
चाहिए वैसा कर सकते हैं, आप कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। तो यहाँ पर केवल आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है कि लेफ्ट वाला पोर्शन मैंने यूज नहीं किया है, जो फंक्शन यूज किया है ना मैंने, अपेंड और पॉप, बाकियों को भी बता देता हूँ। ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
एनी डाउट?
Yeah. No, no, sir.
अदर
Yeah.
स्टूडेंट्स, एनी डाउट? Okay, so what we will do, we will stop here. Tomorrow we will see this evaluate expression, how to evaluate the expression which has been created uh, from the tree which is being created just now. जो ट्री हमने क्रिएट किया उससे कैसे इवेल्युएट करते हैं, ये टुमारो मतलब हमारा जब भी नेक्स्ट लेक्चर होगा, अब तो मेरे ख्याल से छुट्टी है 10 से 14, राइट? आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू आर नोइंग दिस थिंग।
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow we don't have any lecture. We will meet after 14. After 14 जब भी लेक्चर रहेगा, तो तब तक आप मीन टाइम में अगर जब ऐसा आपसे जब से जैसा भी जमेगा आपको, आप 2 असाइनमेंट लिख के अगर आप टर्न इन कर देंगे क्लासरूम में, दैट विल बी बेटर, राइट? थोड़ा टच में रहोगे आप। ओके, ओके, आई विल नाउ टेक अटेंडेंस। आज की तारीख क्या है? 9 डिवीजन 1 2 3 8 9 10 11 13 15 16 18 19 20 21 22